first you're sitting on a chair, couch, whatever you have at home, or whatever you're access to. For this, I want feet to start about a little bit wider than hip width, and exercise will be easier the wider your feet are. So if you're doing it and you're not really feeling it and it feels hard to stay in position, then have your feet wider so that helps. So first thing, we're gonna start from the bottom up. So feet position locked in there. Next, I want you to think about trying to sit on your sit bones. So the sit bone is kind of in the high hamstring gluteal fold area. You kind of put your finger there, and you feel a little bony spot there. That's your sit bone. I want you to think about trying to get that elevated and trying to expose it behind you. And as you do that, you know that you have a more curvature in your lower back, and that's normal. So we're going to be trying to improve or maintain the curvature of the lower back and upper back in the opposite direction while keeping our neck nice and long. So we're here in this arch position initially, the lower back. You might feel some tension in your erectors here or in your lower back in general. Don't worry, we're going to do some breathing stuff and I'll relax this muscles on the back here and it'll help us focus more on the front line tissue here. So right now, curvature lower back. Now I want hand on your thigh. And think about trying to get your elbows flared a bit, trying to get your shoulder blades to kind of go across your rib cage. So retraction is when you pull shoulder blades together, and protraction, which we're trying to do right now, is when we get shoulder blades away and around our rib cage. So I want going away and around the rib cage, hands on the thigh there, and then you have more curvature in your upper back now. And this is the point people ask, well, should my back not be rounded? Should I be more extended? And I would say no, actually, because our thoracic spine should have a normal curvature through that space there. A lot of times people who are rounded postures or have issues with poor posture because they're here is often because of what's happening at the lower back and they're already rounded because of this lower half. But we're doing the opposite of that. We're trying to get more extension through here and then going into our normal thoracic curvature at the top half there. From here, chin tucked, and I want you to think of pressing through your head as if my hand's on your head and you're pushing back into me. Important that you're not forward when you do this, because if we were to do that, the forces would be in different areas. We're more here, more stacked. We're gonna displace the force more evenly through the rest of your spine, which is what we want. So sitting high on sit bones, getting more protraction and flexion through your upper back, trying to round through there. Chin tucked to reach through the crown of your head. Now we're going to add some breathing to get our front line and core more involved here. So we're going to do full inhale through the nose. When you inhale, I want you to pretend to try and expand your corset. So pretend you're wearing a corset, you're trying to expand through the whole corset and push it away. So breathing in, full 360-degree expansion. And as you exhale, feel it dropping your front ribs towards your pelvis. Getting all the air out. When you do that, do not lose any of the curvature we just created. So when you inhale, and then exhale, try to sit higher on your sit bone and try to get more flexion through your upper back. You think pushing harder through the ceiling with your neck. Inhale. Maintain the curvature. Do not lose them. And this should be difficult. Now as each exhale, try to maintain and get even more of a curvature in each direction if you can. So again, we're trying to curve through our lower back in this direction, sitting on our sit bones. Trying to go through the opposite curvature through upper back, trying to go kind of more this way. As our shoulder blades are wrapped around, helping us expose our posterior rib cage, helping us breathe and expand through that area even more. So breathing in and exhale. So you kind of get the gist now. The goal is maintain both curvature, sit bone, thoracic flexion, and then pushing through the ceiling with your neck. And now I'm going to keep cueing all of this and keep breathing. I want you to keep breathing at your own pace now. Going through the full inhale, full 360-degree expansion. Breathing in, expanding all of this stuff while maintaining that curvature. Then exhaling, drop the ribcage down as you're getting more curvature through the upper back and through the lower back. Keep going at your own pace now. Should be a big challenge on this front line here. And as you exhale, I don't want you to think about dropping your belly or closing your belly button towards your spine. That's not the cue. I want you to think about trying to drop your cage down, but you're still expanding with tension in a 360-degree manner as you're exhaling. So it's never pulling in like that. That's very weak. It's not very strong there. You're stronger when you're able to actually expand while dropping the ribcage down. So now, if you want to add a little bit more difficulty and layer it a little bit, we're actually going to have a little bit more of a forward lean. So we're kind of up right here earlier, and now I want you to start shifting your torso slightly more forward without sitting higher on your sit bones there. And do the same thing. So try to expand through the core set. We breathe in. And then exhale. Dropping that down and getting more curvature. That's going to feel a lot more tension in the hamstrings now. More tension in the front line as well. Couple more times. One more time. As you exhale, try to get that scapula more across as well, try to get more protraction. And good.